The self-discipline of working on a goal and achieving a goal can be a drag. It feels like an obligation sometimes, especially when there's enticing alternatives on how you can spend your time and effort. And the not-so-life-enhancing alternatives like checking out what people are eating on Facebook, for example, or maybe their self-obsessed poutings, right? So suppose your goal is to get your body into shape and you want your body fat down to a certain figure, or your cardio level up to a certain level. You start a new fitness regime and you diligently put in the time in the gym. Then there's a birthday party in the family, a nice big dinner, ice cream, cake. Being true to your goal means taking it easy on the festivities, even passing up on dessert altogether. Resentment can start to begin to set in. Other people get to indulge. Why don't you? So what happens is you let yourself off the hook this one time, but then probably say, well, I might as well write this entire week off and start fresh next week. But then another reason comes into play as to why you can't. Or suppose you've decided to start to work from home as a home-based business. You know there's money to be made in there. So you start the hard work. You need to learn about marketing, setting up a website, getting traffic, networking, and much more. It takes a lot of time to get your business up and running. So you're still working at your day job to pay the bills. You spend a couple of hours at night on your home-based business, and then you get to work, and then the whole office is talking about Game of Thrones or some crap like that. You don't have the time to watch TV, and it makes you crabby. Or your goal is to pay off credit cards and get completely out of debt. You have a budget that forces you to cut back on spending. You're making progress. But then a friend turns up with something nice, a pair of gorgeous boots, whatever it may be, and you really want them. You know it's going to break your budget to buy them. Why does your sister get to buy these things and you don't? Sometimes working towards a goal feels like denial instead of a joy. Take that for granted, but don't stop working towards your goal. The resentment you feel is momentarily. It will come, but it will also go. Don't let that stand in the way of your achievement. The self-discipline that you bring to achieving your goals is long-term, and the results are long-term. When the birthday party is over, the TV show is finished and it's gone off the air, the changes that you want are going to be making are going to be continuous, and they're going to be continuously adding value. So the self-discipline that you bring brings long-term effects. It's a long-term gift to you. Anticipate the moments. Be prepared for them. If you know they're coming, you'll be able to handle them. And if at some point your self-discipline fails you and you give in to the temptation you would otherwise basically avoid, acknowledge it to yourself, forgive yourself, and get back on plan. Don't let the small failures derail yourself from working on the goal. It's like Lance Armstrong says, pain is temporary. Quitting lasts forever. It may not always feel like it when you are passing up on the treats and the relaxation and the nice belongings, but when it comes down to achieving your goals and making the dream come true, your self-discipline is a gift to yourself. So go treat yourself and become self-disciplined.